Hello again. Christian here, your trainer with AQUA Real Estate. Today is the third and final part of this tutorial discussing how to write an offer. Today, our objectives are the following: putting all the parts of the offer together in one combined document. Then prepare the offer for client signatures, before finishing off by covering the procedure of submitting the offer to the listing agent. Let's go back to the place we were in the previous lesson. Line 17. The addenda section references all the addenda we will need to include with our offer. I suggest writing all the addenda that you will be including in the offer on a scratch piece of paper. The scratch pad will be helpful for you in the next step. Save and exit the form by pressing the Close button in the upper navigation bar. It's the one shaped like an X. Click it. This takes us back to the transaction dashboard. Now you will need to reference the addenda list on your notepad. Scan through the forms in the Forms window. Cross-reference what you see in this window with the forms you said you will include on Form 21. This ensures you won't forget to include one in the offer. If you find yourself needing to add some forms, click the plus button to access the NWMLS forms library. This is optional, but I suggest deleting all the forms that you won't be using so they don't accidentally end up inside your offer. If you are writing an offer now and using this video as a step-by-step guide, go ahead and pause this video until you have finished. Don't worry, I'll wait. If you are inexperienced or unsure your offer is correct, please continue putting together your offer. The offer is in rough draft status until you send it to your client to sign. After you have finished putting together your rough draft offer, you can contact the designated broker or a managing broker to have them review it. By now, you should have completed filling out all the forms and added them to the dashboard. You will need to have all the forms completely filled out before moving on to the next step. Once you have all the parts of the offer ready, it's time to put it all together as one document and send it over to your clients to sign. Find Signings in the right column and click it to go to the signing section of this transaction. Since this will be the first signing of this transaction, the signing section is empty. Click the Add with the plus button to create a new signing. Now you can name the signing. I recommend giving your offer a descriptive name. You can always name it something simple, that's fine. But I suggest naming it with your client's name and the address of the property. It's a nice little touch, and it helps the listing agent identify who the offer is from and which property it's for. In this instance, Jacktub offer on 13228 Northeast 36th Street in Bellevue. We have now entered into Authentisign. We will need to do a few things before the clients can sign. If you want to set a signing order, whereas person 1 must sign before person 2, you can toggle this on or off. I prefer to have the order of signing checked as off. That's my default setting. Let's go ahead and click Add Participants to begin adding our signers. We have our signers added, so we can move on to the next step, which is adding the docs we need to sign. So let's click Docs. Click Add a document or a form. Add the documents you want your buyers to sign. You can change the sequence of the documents if you wish. There is no wrong or right answer. The most important thing is all the documents you need have been added. My personal preference when I'm arranging the document sequence is to start with Form 21, since that's the most important document. Then I put each addendum in alphabetical and numerical order. The documents I prefer at the end of my contract are the supplemental docs, such as 22K, the legal description, and Form 17. Once you have organized the documents in the way you like, click Tools. Authentisign should autofill in most of the spots that your client will need to sign, but not all. Scan through the entire document carefully to make sure the signatures and initials have been added to all the required pages. A common rookie mistake that agents make agents often forget to add signatures or initial lines on the supplement forms. While most of the initials and signatures are added automatically, the supplement files need to have them added manually. That's why I like them all together at the end. It makes them easier to find. Forms such as Form 17, 22K, and the legal description will require you to add the initials manually for each signer. Something else to look for: pay attention to forms like 22K, as they often have a place you will need to enter the buyer's information in as well. Once you have all the signatures spots added and you are ready to send to your client, press Next. Then click Send. Your clients should receive an email within a few minutes to begin signing. You can go ahead and inform them at this time. Once you sent the offer, you can check the status of your client's signing by going back into the TransactionDesk and click Signings. That will take you to see all your signings. The signing on the top is the most recent signing. In the example, you can see the status is sent, and 2 of the 3 signers have signed. After all the signers have signed, you can download the signed contract. If you are curious about which person has not signed, you can click the signing to get more detail. In this example, the first and third signers have signed, but the second signer has yet to sign, because the second person does not have the authenticated logo marked. This indicates that the second person has yet to view the documents. Now the fun part. Once your buyers have signed, it's time to send the contract to the listing agent. When submitting your offer by email, you must not only submit the offer to the listing agent's email, you must also include the offer's email address of the listing brokerage for it to be official. These email addresses can be found on the first page of Form 21 in the contract, near the bottom. Also, include the offer's email for AQUA, offers@getaqua.com. I usually put the office emails on the CC line. One helpful time-saving tip I recommend is to create a template email like the one shown here. Then you have something you can reuse on your future offers. Start with a friendly message and add the highlights or strengths of your offer. Remember, you are not only helping your client make an offer, you are using your skills to convince the listing agent to accept your offer. This might sound obvious, but don't forget to attach the offer. Also, attach the buyer's pre-approval letter if the buyer is buying with a loan. Once you send it, it's always wise to follow up with a text message or a phone call. I usually call in advance and give the agent a heads up I will be sending an offer in a few hours before submitting it. Who knows what kind of information the listing agent might pass along. That's it. You did it. That is how to complete an offer. For some extra learning, check out the sample contracts we have put together at AQUA University. Compare ours to yours. We also have some practice listings. You can make a practice contract to test your skills. Have fun.
That's it for today. Hey there, are you watching our training videos but not yet an AQUA agent? We would love to have you. Our 100% commission model, world-class training systems, technology, and marketing make AQUA the coolest and fastest growing brokerage in the Northwest. Go to our website, getaqua.com/careers to learn more. Join the club.